Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm Scott Beadle, in for Ann Emanuel. A couple in Elmira will not be spending Christmas in their historic home after a tragic fire. Our Maggie Hall tells us the community is now rallying around this family and shares how you can help.
Almost a week ago, flames leapt out of the roof of 411 West Church Street, the home that you can see behind me here. This home is historic, built in 1900. Today, I spoke with the organizer of a GoFundMe set up to help the owners. The home is owned by retired priest Donald Matthews, along with his wife, Margaret Matthews, who teaches in the Horsehead School District.
I probably met them about 10 years ago, and I think the first time might have actually been on one of the home tours that they did. They restored that from top to bottom, and I think they had just gotten it done within the last few years.
The home's roof sustained fire damage. The interior of the home, along with countless restored antiques and heirlooms, sustained unavoidable water damage from the efforts of the fire department to put out the flames.
They bought items from me that were in the house. Some of the antiques I delivered there. It's like you see them in the photos and they're wet or tipped over, and it's just devastating.
While insurance may cover the majority of repairing and rebuilding the home, it won't cover the loss of the Matthews home during the holiday season.
I think this is just to get them by for the next few weeks emotionally, and the restoration I think will take probably over a year. I think social media should be to help people like this. It's an amazing house. If this campaign, I think, is money for them to get them or so they don't have to worry quite as much.
You can find the GoFundMe on our Big Fox Television Facebook page or by searching Cy Haverly on GoFundMe to help this family during the holiday season. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Elmira.
Over 5,000 wreaths were laid at the graves of veterans at Woodlawn National Cemetery. It's part of the Wreaths Across America program. On Saturday, volunteers from across the community joined together to place the wreaths. The remembrance wreaths honor the fallen veterans during the holiday season. The organization places wreaths at over 3,000 locations across the United States every year. Walmarts in New York will no longer be offering paper bags at checkout. The chain will officially go paperless after the new year. All Walmarts in the southern tier will participate. Customers will be expected to bring their own reusable bags or buy reusable bags at checkout. A federal work safety investigation finds Amazon did not properly document work-related injuries at several of its warehouses. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration says it issued more than a dozen citations during inspections at 6 Amazon warehouses, including locations in New York. Those citations include misclassifying, failing to record illness or injury, and not recording them within the required time frame. Amazon faces roughly $29,000 in fines. Students at an expensive New York City private college are demanding A's for everyone this semester after a lengthy teacher strike that they say disrupted their learning. Alexis McAdams has more.
Students at an expensive and private university here in New York City want to take the school into their own hands, demanding that they all get A's at the end of the semester. Take a look here. You're looking at the new school. It's in Greenwich Village in New York City. It's expensive and private, and it's at the center of a big controversy. The students handed over a list of 16 demands to staff after their teachers went on a month-long strike for better pay and benefits. But when the staff came back to class, the students demanded something in return, blaming that strike for a major disruption in their learning. At the top of the list, they want better cafeteria food and say they should all get A's. The students want a refund also on some of their tuition due to the disruption. We talked to some of those students.
I just don't know how realistic that could be. I mean, I would obviously love to have a cut of my tuition for the class time that I lost, but I just don't know how realistic that is.
Also, the student body is focused in on changing their grading policy at the university, explaining that their grades should not be impacted by their attendance in class. So we did reach out to the university. The new school told Fox News in a statement that they are listening closely to the students' concerns, but it remains up to the teachers how they grade and conduct their classes. Reporting in New York City, I'm Alexis McAdams, Fox News.
An airport north of New York City is ranked the worst when it comes to holiday travel. But as Richard Giacovas reports, people who travel to and from that airport disagree with the ranking.
Group A, you're now welcome to board flight 1567 with service to West Palm Beach. On this week before Christmas, the late-night holiday travel rush was in full swing at Westchester County Airport, an airport known for its convenience.
It's not having to go into New York City. It's a smaller airport. The security lines aren't very long, so yeah.
But a new survey from Forbes put Westchester at the top of the list when it comes to being the worst airport in the country to use during the holiday season. The analysis found the White Plains-based airport as having the highest rate of air carrier delays and diverted flights. Forbes also listing Westchester as having the third highest percent of aircraft arriving late and fourth highest percentage of canceled flights. All of it over a 4-year period from 2017 to 2021.
It's only like one baggage claim, so it's easy to find your bags.
I've never had a cancellation here. So this is my second time flying out of here, and it's been good both times. So
travel experts feel like this airport is being unfairly targeted.
Remember that this airport shares airspace with some of the busiest airports in the world, frankly, including LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark. And so, I think that's part of the issue here. They've also had a few startup airlines come in there.
Forbes also says Westchester Airport had the 5th highest dollar increase in airfare price between the summer months and the holiday season.
I'll never stop flying out of here. This is the most convenient place I can come. I won't go to LaGuardia or Kennedy if I can at all avoid it, even for a higher price.
LaGuardia, Newark, and JFK airports ranked 17th, 18th, and 19th on the worst airports list, while Bradley International in Connecticut ranked 31st worst. None of them even coming close to Westchester. Forbes says the average customer flying in and out of Westchester County Airport pays an average of about $30 a ticket more. But customers say you can't beat the convenience, and there's nothing like not traveling into the city to fly to a destination. So we'll stay here in Westchester. And we're in White Plains, Richard Giacobas, Fox 5 News.
Some great news if you're planning to drive home for the Christmas holiday. AAA reports gas prices are at their lowest level since September 2021. The national average per gallon is $3.14, which is 54 cents lower than last month. In New York, the average prices are higher than the national average at $3.49, and in Pennsylvania, prices are even higher at $3.67. Fears of recession and China's economy are possible impacts on the energy market. U.S. refineries have also recently increased production, which may further reduce prices. Your complete work week forecast is coming up next, plus holiday tipping. How much is enough when it comes to the busy holiday rush? Stay with us.
Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Over the weekend, there was another lake effect snow event that was setting up across portions of Lake Erie as well as Lake Ontario. Now that is starting to be shut off, and we'll keep some of those cloudy skies through the overnight into our Tuesday, but we are looking at some pleasant conditions ahead. We'll look at lows to at least fall to near seasonal levels as we do drop down to those teens and lower 20s where we should be at this time of the year. And where we should be at is what we call seasonable, and that's what we're going to mention here at least through our Wednesday forecast, is that we're talking more seasonal start to the week, as we'll see even some sunshine work its way into the forecast as well into that Wednesday. Now, we will keep an eye on travel concerns. Now, locally travel concerns by road will start on Thursday, but note that there is a very impactful low pressure system that is working its way across the continental United States. So it is meaning that if there is travel that you're doing by air, travel concerns will be heightened, as the potential of even flights canceled in other locations could lead to travel concerns with local airports is of a possibility. So keep yourself aware that in other locations, this low pressure system is gearing up already and will push its way across portions of the East Coast from Thursday into the weekend forecast, where we'll start off the system with some warm and windy conditions, which means that we actually will see that our precipitation at its onset is looking to be more of a rainfall potential. But then behind the low pressure system, cold air is going to drop in, which is going to bring some frigid temperatures to the Christmas holiday. So as we head into our Tuesday forecast, we'll stay under some of those mostly cloudy skies. Some filtered sunshine definitely going to be a possibility, as temperature wise we'll return from those lower 20s to those lower 30s for high temperatures
temperatures, which is still slightly below average, especially with the lack of sunshine. We will trend away from keeping our potential to hit that average threshold. But as we get some sunshine into that Wednesday, that's when we are looking at more seasonal temperatures all across the area. Everybody should see some blue sky in places. There will be a high pressure system holding on ahead of the changeup that will be in place. So as we see the high pressure system move off, that does mean we tap into a southerly wind. So that's going to start to bring us some warming. However, on Thursday, that warming is going to be with the stronger winds, and we're going to keep wind gust potential 25 and then into the weekend getting up to 40 miles per hour. And 40 miles per hour on Saturday is going to be a big word that we'll have to keep an eye on here in just a moment. But first, noting that you have that warm southerly push. We see Thursday and Friday temperatures actually climb into the 40s. There may be some high temperatures flirting with the 50s of a possibility. But we'll start off the day on Friday with the 40s, with the temperatures falling throughout the day, which means that we could go from a rain to a snow potential by the end of the day, as we do drop down to 10 degrees by Saturday morning. And on Saturday, you saw that the winds were still up to 40 miles per hour. When you have a wind of 40 miles per hour and a temperature of 17 degrees, your wind chills are potentially at 0 or below 0. So frigid conditions will be setting up with the coldest air to be around for Christmas Day.
New uncertainty about the future of Twitter. Microsoft is signaling plans to challenge the FTC, and mortgage buy-downs are making a comeback. CJ Papa has today's business briefs.
A poll posted by Twitter CEO Elon Musk regarding his future with the company has closed, and Twitter users have voted for Musk to step aside as the head of the company after he vowed to abide by the result.
What does that mean? Does that mean he's going to sell the company? It looks like Elon Musk is making this all up as he goes along.
57.5% of Musk's followers say they want him out as the head of Twitter. More than 17 million users weighed in. Microsoft is ready to put up a fight for its Activision Blizzard deal. This after the Federal Trade Commission filed a lawsuit against Microsoft. It claims the deal is illegal and gives Microsoft too much control over consumer access. Microsoft has until Thursday to respond to the suit. And mortgage buy-downs are making a comeback. Buy-downs allow future homeowners to decrease their mortgage price by a certain percentage in the first few years after they buy a new home. The popular method of lowering the cost of a new home in the short term fell out of favor after the 2008 financial crisis. But some home buyers are eager to get back into the market instead of waiting for rates to go down. That's business. I'm CJ Papa.
Well, it's that time of year again when we start to tip a little extra to our service providers. Mills Hayes is in Minneapolis with more on how tipping trends have changed since last year and what you should know before giving out cash.
Getting into the holiday spirit for many consumers means tipping a little extra to the mail carrier, hairstylist, trash collector, just to name a few. But this year, a new survey from financial site Bankrate reveals tipping trends have changed since last year. Americans reporting they plan on tipping lower amounts on average compared to 2021.
Besides inflation, I wonder if the COVID recovery is part of it. That maybe people tipped more generously last year because of the pandemic.
Bankrate analyst Ted Rossman says the biggest tipping decline is for child care providers. The median planned gratuity dropping from $50 in 2021 to just $25 this season. But overall, the survey shows more consumers plan to hand out holiday tips. For instance, 56% of people saying they will tip their housekeepers, up from 47% last year. Etiquette expert Diane Gottsman says while it is customary to tip during the holidays, it's important to have a plan, starting with a priority list.
Your first priority is your budget. So you want to make sure that you are able to tip and gift appropriately.
She suggests gift cards make great tips, and for many shoppers, they also help keep them from overspending. This customer says she's gifting spending cards for another reason.
They never like what I give them.
But who you should tip and how much, experts say, depends on each relationship.
This tip/gift should be personal. So I think it's important to think of the person who's receiving the gift or the tip and make sure it fits their lifestyle and their preferences.
For those who can't afford to tip extra this year, etiquette experts suggest a simple thank you.
The creator of the video game Fortnite agrees to pay $520 million, settling 2 major lawsuits by the Federal Trade Commission. The FTC sued Epic Games in federal court, claiming the company collected children's information without parental consent, violating the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. Epic will pay $275 million for the alleged privacy violation And the rest of the settlement, well, that will cover another FTC lawsuit claiming that Fortnite tricked players into making unintentional purchases. Hiring freezes and layoffs are on the rise across the country, but people still want to quit their current jobs. 46% say they want to find a new job in the new year. That's up 5% from Robert Half's survey just 6 months ago, and indicates noise around hiring freezes and layoffs isn't phasing some workers. They're motivated by money. The survey also finds 61% of job seekers want a higher salary over flexibility and perks, and are even willing to return to an old job if it pays more. Still ahead, an Indian tribe making a rare move to encourage their tribe members to donate their organs. The story behind their efforts coming up. Police officers in Minneapolis shop with children for presents before Christmas. Now, this event is done yearly with children from the community. Amy Hockert has more.
Every December, all over the metro, a holiday tradition unfolds. On this night in Rogers, a couple dozen kids are paired with a cop.
Headphones, there you go.
To shop for those they love.
Really into rubber duckies right now.
One of the kids who was handpicked to be here tonight is Jason Hoyt.
He loves Star Wars, so I could get him like a Star Wars decoration.
A 10-year-old boy.
And we'll move down the list from there.
I like it.
Who doesn't leave the house much.
Here's video games.
So he has a deep appreciation
Cool.
for the little things in life.
Just being able to ride around on the cart.
The last year has been tough for Jason and his family.
This looks like a lot of fun.
After a sudden leukemia diagnosis.
Actually, every day I just feel crummy. Just every day it's another day, more torture. Let's do this.
That resilience paying off.
Lately, I've been kicking its butt.
So for a couple of hours tonight, Rogers Police Chief Dan Wills and his crew are helping Jason leave his world of hospitals and treatments behind.
All right, who do we got left?
We got my parents and me.
And focus on the two things he loves the most. His family.
Records. My sister's a record player. She could want one of these.
And giving to others.
I think I should get her these.
He knows exactly what to get.
Not quite. Yeah, it feels great to give away. We actually have this foundation called the Jason Strong Foundation where we collect donations and then we send it to my hospital and stuff.
His spirit of generosity, just a part of who he is.
I also know one other thing he might like.
And there's even a gift in this experience for Chief Wills.
With any profession, you kind of get into the daily grind of things, and especially of late, it's not an easy job being in law enforcement. But tonight reminds us why we got into this job. It refreshes us. It's nice to see the kids enjoying themselves being kids, forgetting about their burdens and their troubles for one night.
When the shopping is done, the community of Rogers comes together to wrap all this goodwill. Putting a bow on a night Jason won't soon forget.
And I know that this stuff will make him happy. And I like seeing happy faces. There we go. All right.
The Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa Indians unveils their new ID, which they believe is one of the first in the nation to designate a spot for organ donation. The move started when Grayson Parisian was diagnosed with a heart defect and later received a heart transplant. His grandmother, a mother of the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa Indians, led an effort to increase the number of Native Americans donating organs due to cultural beliefs around organ donations. Native Americans have some of the lowest donation rates, yet in the upper Midwest region, almost 5% of people on organ donation lists are Native American.
So by doing this, we're honoring him and we're keeping him alive, so to speak, because now with people checking the box, they're going to help save lives. And that's what his legacy means is, you know, he was a little boy who united a community.
Grayson received a heart transplant, but later died of pneumonia in September of 2019 at the age of 21 months. His grandmother says the organ donor spot on their tribal ID is one way of keeping his memory alive. Stay with us. We'll have more after the break. And we want to leave you with a little bit of a Christmas smile. Santa and his elves are busy getting ready for Christmas. The workshop is abuzz at Santa's Lapland in Arctic Finland. Old St. Nick and his elves are putting the finishing touches on everything from presents to making sure the reindeer are ready to take flight. Children from all over the world are writing letters to Santa to let him know they've been good boys and girls.
Oh, well, Santa does always know everything that's going on, and he also has special elves that spy, so they can make sure that children are doing their best behaviour to make sure that they're either on the nice list or the naughty list.
Santa's Lapland is hidden in a snowy forest above the Arctic Circle. Visitors can meet Santa and his elves and also enjoy a number of activities, including reindeer rides, sledding, and skiing. I'm Harriet Wallace. Thanks for watching.